good evening to everyone. I'm Cassandra and I'm glad to be hosting the event for you today. Before the event starts, I have one announcement. It's a reminder on the post in WhatsApp group. The blue uniform you are wearing now and any other products with TS new logo that you are going to have later, please do not wear it again or use them until 30th of September. You all can take photos today, but please do not share to anyone except TS staff or post to any social media. This is to avoid early exposure of our new logo before the external launch, which is on 30th of September. Thank you for your cooperation. Greetings to Mr. Richard, Mr. Francis, Mr. Max, and all my fellow colleagues. I welcome you all today to the celebration of Teladan Setia rebranding. And additional gratitude to you all to be a part of our internal launch. Before the program starts, let us have a small game. I have 3 questions here with 3 prizes. Okay, the game's rule is simple. After I ask a question, please come onto the stage and speak out your answer. The person with correct answer can win the prize. Okay, question 1. This year is how many years of anniversary of Teladan Setia? Anyone? Yeah, prizes is here. Come to the stage here.
Sorry, I do not know whether correct or not. 28, Richards. Oh, sorry. You still got a chance.
Thank you, Christina. Next one. Okay, Kak.
My guess is 25. 25.
Yes, correct. Kak, Tana, Kak.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. Question number 2. A bit difficult. What is the first project or taman name of Teladan Setia?
Jelotong, Taman Sri Selendang. Nasib baik answer correctly. Yeah, thank you.
What is our website address?
www.teladansetia.com.
To begin with the program, we are pleased to invite our Honorable Managing Director, Mr. Richard, to speak a few words about the rebranding.
To begin, thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule to join us this evening for our internal launch of the new logo for Teladan Setia. Teladan Setia started from humble beginnings. We started our journey 25 years ago, just before the 97 Asian financial crisis, which crippled Malaysia's economy that resulted in high interest rates and the depreciation of the Malaysian ringgit. So 97 was a very bad year. Despite the bad omens and tough market conditions, we managed to pull through and there was no turning back from then on. One of the first milestones was when we launched our first high-rise project in 2011. It was called the Tropicana Residences, a 14-story condo at Taman Sentosa. Over the years, we have also completed many landed and high-rise developments like Taman Sri Selendang, Taman Sri Jati, Taman Bukit Cheng, Taman Cheng Setia, Taman Betam Setia, Taman Desa Betam, Taman Saujana Heights, Atlantis Residences, and the soon-to-be completed Bali Residences. So compared to other developers, our progress might be a bit slow, but cash flow, product quality, Customer satisfaction has always been a prerequisite before we can grow bigger. Okay, so in 2018 we adopted QLASIC standards and imposed QLASIC requirements and scoring system on all our main contractors. Our QLASIC efforts have borne fruits for us when we studied the defects, complaints, statistics, and customer feedback. Defect lists grew shorter, customers were delighted, and they were more than happy to persuade their friends, family and friends to purchase properties from us. Okay. Another milestone in our company's history was our IPO listing on the ACE market on the 16th of March, 2021. It was an emotional and unforgettable day for me because our late boss, my late father, was worked tirelessly to bring our company public. Yet he was not around to strike the listing gong on that momentous occasion. Our accounts team played a big part in the listing process, but I would also like to express my gratitude to all the other staff who also contributed to the success of our IPO. Even though we are publicly listed, life at Teladan Setia Group Berhad has pretty much been the same. It felt more like a name change than anything else. Just a change from like Sanan Berhad to Group Berhad. So ever since then, I've been cracking my head. I also engaged Max how to make people sit up and notice us on the ACE market. Should we give more dividends? Should the share price go up and things like that? Okay. In the meantime, we want to inject more enthusiasm into our staff. We want to implement systems to transform the company to be more professionally run. And we hope to make our staff stand tall and be proud to tell their family and friends that they are part of Teladan Setia. We are currently building a new corporate office to provide a more comfortable and spacious working environment for our staff. Upon completion, the new building will also allow us to attract new talents, increase the productivity of each department, and prepare us for succession planning. With more manpower and talents, we can launch more projects simultaneously. We can also be more aggressive in land banking, buying more land, bigger piece of land, and move into other states besides Malacca. Succession planning is also something very close to my heart and extremely important for me because I need the company to outlive me. Okay, that means if I'm not around, the company must still be around. The company must continue to grow and expand even if I die or retire. Since this year, 2022, is also our company's 25 years anniversary, I thought it would be an appropriate time to do a rebranding of our company. And we start by introducing a new logo for Teladan.
We took our very first. This movement and growth is what brings forth the best in us. We are always aiming for the best, constantly growing, constantly building. We are the pioneers in development by learning from our past. We pave ways for a better future. To be the change we need for generations to come. We believe in sustainability and the importance it brings. Moving onwards, our projects will be powered by the sun. From landed residential properties to high-rise apartments, we strive to promote a cleaner, greener, and safer way of living, improving the quality of life for our customers and the livelihood of Mother Earth. Being at the forefront of state-of-the-art green technology, we are committed to excellence, the enrichment of lives, and the empowerment of communities. This is our vision, our purpose, to be a trusted brand that builds your future, your home. Teladan, empowering quality.
Okay, if you look at our new Teladan logo, you will see three prominent stripes. This is the Yi. This is something that was created by Max. This Yi represents our three core values: excellence, enrichment, and empowerment. As Teladan, we strive for excellence in whatever we do, whether it's site management, project quality, sales service, or closing of monthly accounts. We give our very best and make sure it's done right the first time. As Teladan, we strive for enrichment because we understand that knowledge is power, so that we must continuously learn new skills, upgrade ourselves, and embrace new technology. Only then are we able to make the right decision and lead our team forward. At the same time, when we have knowledge, no one can bluff or con us. So in simple terms, no one can bullshit us, okay? As Teladan, the management empowers us to represent the company, meaning each and every one of us has the authority to speak on behalf of the company and the freedom to do what's right, what's best for the company. We must be independent and take it upon ourselves to complete tasks in the shorter time possible. We are Teladan's best assets and the only reason that Teladan is still succeeding until today. Empowerment can mean the authority to do something, but empowering can also mean giving someone strength or confidence. For example, learning to drive was an empowering experience. So our tagline of empowering quality means that Teladan, the brand Teladan, must have these characteristics or attribute of giving someone confidence in our brand. We have taken heed of the global movement towards reducing carbon emission to net zero. This Herculean initiative to be implemented by most countries will be done in phases. And most countries have committed to net zero by 2040 or 2050. This initiative will ensure the survival of planet Earth and make our planet livable and sustainable for future generations. And to be ESG compliant, we have also started exploring ways to reduce our carbon footprint, like for example, making our corporate office a green building, sourcing for local and recycled products, and also increasing usage of renewable energy. This can be done by installing rooftop solar panels on our future housing projects, or finding ways to sell renewable clean energy back into the national grid. And once again, thank you for coming, and I hope everyone have a fantastic night ahead. Thank you. Sorry, one more thing. Based on sales target met by each and every one of us. But now I've decided to change the method of going overseas. Previously, you had to sell certain units before you're eligible for the company trip. But for this year, we are changing the method. Next, please. For entitlement number one, employee who has served for more than 1 year but less than 5 years, one person can go. Okay. Entitlement number two, employee who has served more than 5 years, 2 persons can go. Okay. So, how do we decide where to go? Okay. This will be based on our 2022 profit after tax. If we hit tier 1, that means our profit after tax is more than 40 million, we go Bangkok. If our profit after tax is more than 50 million, we go Japan. If the profit after tax is more than 60 million, we go Australia. If our profit after tax is more than 70 million, we will go Europe. Okay? So, like I said, back to entitlement 1, entitlement 2, everyone will get to go. But it's just whether it's 1 person or 2 person. Okay. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richard, for that very energetic speech and excited announcement. Without further ado, let's give our biggest applause to our branding consultant from BPO. Be part of Mr. Max onto the stage. He will have the keynote presentation.
Thank you so much. Wow, when I look at the trip, I also feel I want to join the the Europe trip already. Right? I mean, how many of you really want to go for a trip like this? Okay, almost all. The rest of you still wondering Europe or US to the moon. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Richard, Mr. Francis, and the HOD teams. And would you give a round of applause to the your head of departments, and for really putting this milestone to celebrate together now. Allow me to take some time to walk you through more visual sides of things to see. So then you will know what happened in between and how we have came to this part of the Teladan journey. Okay, now I want to start with story. Now, story is important in our life, right? I mean, I'm sure you hear stories, and there are many types of stories. By just looking at this slide, you probably already know what kind of story to tell, right? From the newspaper headlines to the recent popular image on the bottom left. You probably will register what is it in your mind if you read the news. And of course, one of my favorite movies now in this year, on the top right, Top Guns, that's quite a story. And of course, bottom right, you will know what it is. This is the image of one of the latest image that's shown through the telescope, right? Can't remember what is the name, but you check it out. It's quite a phenomenal, the new discover of our universe and things that we are able to achieve to see beyond just where we are. But look at this. This has story to tell. And story, usually, if you look at this, there are only two types of stories. One that it's either that doesn't matter. You hear about it, it doesn't stick with you, forget about it, and then move on. Whereas another one that does matter. Right? How does it know what is the differentiation is this? Now, when we look at story changes our life, isn't it? And when I started off with the workshop, I remember there was one session I asked the HOD, what would be even one movie, dramas that you watched recently and it caught your attention? If you just bring this conversation later on, you ask the people next to you, what is your favorite movie? 你看什么戏？最近听到什么？ Then I'm sure there's something to tell. Something about that movie, that dramas that will be able to captivate your attention, isn't it? So that's where bring back to how does it change our life when there's a good story, it potentially to change us for better. It inspires us. It empowers us to become a better person. So here, in our journey of the entire things, as we part of, we like stories. And when we start, it's not that we put a story to you, but oftentimes we listen to even stories, listen from Mr. Richard, Mr. Francis, and even Christina, Eunice, Cassandra, Miss Ng, and so on the team. And some of you involved in the brand audit. And I do have a chance to hear from your stories. And it's how those stories makes the Teladan today in the milestone. Right? So in this way, always for us is to identify the story potential. And we believe that every story will point us to a certain possibilities. Now, allow me to walk us through the Teladan story, all right? Now, in this way, to start with, just for you to know, to discover that we break into always the brand exercise into three parts. There's a brand direction, brand expression, and impression. If you walk out from today, someone asks you what is branding, and you probably have a lot of things to say, you just have to say this. It's really about the direction, the expression of it, and the impression. In short, if you put value as something that is so significant, direction is about proposition of the values. Expression is about the presentation of their values, where the logo, the look and feel of it, and then the impression later on, I'm going to hear, is really about the people like you guys. Okay, I'm going to go through that later on, and you see how things pan out. So for Teladan, direction, expression, impression, how does it work through? So I'm going to go through one by one so that you can follow the journey, because you're part of the team that will need to witness this together. To start with direction, we and the team and definitely work out the positioning of our brand. Where are we competing with the brands out there in the market, right? You want to know that what is our competitive advantage? What is our competitive edge? And then we also move into the personality slider. What kind of personality is Teladan? It's just like a human. We have our personality and what we aspire to be. And of course, the brand audit summary. And then, not to mention that some of the draft that we come out, that's what makes today's, we have the tagline for today now. But of course, to begin with, we ask this question, is very important. And potentially this will be a question that you ask yourself as well, is that, what change and transformations we desire to see through Teladan. Or what's our legacy and why we mattered. You see, you don't want to be in organizations where you just come and get just your salary, your paycheck, but I'm sure you're here to aspire to become a better person. You aspire whatever you contribute will make a difference in the society, isn't it? So hence, we look back and then learn about hearing the stories of what we have captured. I mean, just snapshots of this. Some of you were there and still here today, and kudos to the team. And with this picture, it's really about 25 years of quality establishment. Right? That was what we have happened in the last 25 years. We built solid quality houses, property. And that's who you are. That's the thing about Teladan Setia back then. So with these three pictures, moving forward is toward quality empowerment. Right? We are still very much establishing. It's just like building upon the foundations of quality. Now it's at the layers. It's just building, right? You have built the foundation. Now it's the first floor, second floor, and third floor of that quality. Imagine the empowering. So what is that empowering quality means? First, excellence, right? And how the standards we uphold as an individual, and even towards our quality of our projects. And secondly, it's really on the enrichment. We want to improve the livelihood of the people. Imagine that people that buy the house, stay in a place, and their life changed to be better. And thirdly, empowerment. I like what Mr. Richard said earlier on. Moving forward, there will be renewable energies, powered by the sun. I like the statement. Imagine that powered by the sun is such a key statement, right? And we're going to see it happen through Teladan as well. So, in another word, it's really about empowering quality. That's where you look at words behind your colleagues' shirts, right? Teladan, empowering quality. And that's why you come. Very quickly, just some expression. How does it look like? So this part is, we ask the question is this: how might we design a winning brand positioning and identity that captured the essence, inspiration, and commitment of Teladan? We then look at this. Strong brands allows people to recognize them through the symbolic symbol, isn't it? We look at the shoes. What does it mean? What brand is that? Nike. All right? Very clear. If I were to ask, if you look at a petrol station with green color, what brand is that? Petronas. You see, there are certain things you already can imprint in your mind because it's powerful. Symbol especially will have that symbolic symbol now. More than that, it should be a symbol of change. It shouldn't be just, today we have a new logo and that's it. It shouldn't be just changing the symbol for changing symbol's sake, but it should be a symbol of change. That's why we're here to celebrate that milestone. And to do that, that's where we have our symbol come in place. And in this, we call it 意思. Everyone say 意思. Today, you probably learned a new word, a new coin, and also a Mandarin word, 意思, right? 意思 simply means in Mandarin, very uniquely, one is meaning, and one is awareness. There's a meaning to it, and then awareness. That's the things about 意思, right? And to look at it more than just that, the stripes, what does it mean? One by one, let's look at it, is derived from the E in Teladan, T-E, right? Also representation of the three qualities empowerments, right? There are three stripes. There are three qualities of it. Secondly is that Teladan in Bahasa, should make it a quiz early on just now. What is Teladan in Bahasa, right? If you search for it, Teladan actually has a meaning. And it means a fine example, a role model. If I say, let's say Eunice is a Teladan, Christina is a Teladan, it means it's the role model. It's an example. That's what it means. Such a good word, right? And the movement is leading the way, staying ahead, the yellow stripes. That's why it's ahead in the front. And then the last one is movement, momentum in forwarding. It's always move forward, which is about improving, it's about moving towards the future. All in all, Teladan's 意思 is a symbol of qualities empowerment to bring about life transformation from within to the world. It has to start within. It starts from here. It can't be just start from outside. It has to start from people like you. And look at the person next to you and say, you are the person. Tell them, you are the person. Just say, look at the person next to you and say, you are the person. Left and right. Yeah. Just tell them, you are the person. Yes. It's not just me only, but you are the person as well, right? So some of the visual, I'm going to go quite fast here. So I know dinner, everyone hungry. So how does it look like? How does it apply into the new logo? We went through the process to see how then it looked like in the different form, in different backgrounds, in different formats, even in a website. There's new websites coming out, and just stay tuned. Of course, some of you Mini Coopers, and you can wrap your car like this. Okay, we're working on billboard as well, of course, some new boards, umbrella. Even down the road, you can see as simple as a 3-stripe, like your E, and there's an app even for just that. Collateral, uniform, and look at what you're wearing today is one of the products of it already. Now, with property developer, of course, brochures, and if this is one example, how does it look like in terms of colors, holding boards outside, showroom, right? And billboards, some of it that potentially you will see on the street already. I mean, for the first time, you probably will see Teladan billboard, right, Christina? We're on for that. You'll see Teladan billboard, next time you say, hey, this is my company. I'm sure you'll take joy in that. And if we were to look at all different brands you probably know in Malacca, and to put it next to it, it probably is one proud brand you can be in, right? And I know we can be beyond Malacca, isn't it? How many of you think we can be beyond Malacca? Sure, only one or two. The rest of you stay in Malacca. What if we are just on par of different stage in Malaysia, some of the key property developers? I'm sure with dreams and missions, with the top leaders you all have, they will bring you further, together. Lastly, let's talk about impression, and this is very important because it's really about the people. It's what, moving on from here, how the people will drive that change. Just a few slides to see. If you look at these pictures, you probably know you are the Teladan, right? Teladan is not just means a company name, but Teladan, because it's a word, means fine example, role model. So each of you are actually Teladan. Now, once again, turn to the person next to you and say, you are the Teladan. Come on, say it with you are Teladan here. Yes, okay. And that's an identity, We have a new Teladan joining us today, and let's give a cheer to another Teladan in our midst. So that can become a word now. Of course, this is what it means, right? The 意思. To do that, it really requires all of you here to be on the same page to bring this into a reality. You are the one that will be representing the brand. You are the brand ambassador to carry out what it means to be excellence in the way you do your work. Be it in the project department, marketing departments, HR departments, all different departments in the future, you are playing a part to make this happen. Excellence, enrichment, empowerment. So with that, hello Teladan, my statement to you is really simple. If you talk about story, then let's make your Teladan story matters. Okay, I'm sure today is the beginning of that new milestone. One day, and I strongly believe that that will happen. So I'll leave with you this particular slide. It's this now. Okay, this one now. One day, someone might just pick up, be inspired, and live to make their story matters, just like yours. Right? The world is better when brands matters. Thank you very much today, and I look forward to celebrate many milestones with Teladan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Max, for the engaging session just now. It's a pleasure to welcome our next speaker, our Executive Director, Mr. Francis, to deliver his speech.
Oh, okay. The questions that I want to ask, there'll be 3 questions, yeah. I just go through one by one, yeah. How is this 意思? I think just now your sorry have seen it, huh? 意思 means to you. Then what is specifically mean to me, yeah? 意思 means matters, moment, and also some timeline that are very meaningful and engraved in my mind. At the same time also, this memory results in changes and transformation also in my life. Yeah, maybe just give a very quick example that I joined Teladan in 2011. 2009, back in many years ago lah. Yeah, as an assistant project manager, the very what do you call it? Quick decisions, yeah, that I made once I met up Mr. Richards and this what do you call it? The decision I took, that I took. I still remember when Richard. I think somebody called me whether I'm okay with the offer. Then on the next day, I straight come to the office. I don't even took back my employment letter offer. I straight away signed in front of it, and I think I passed back immediately lah. I can remember, yeah. And this is also the time that I find life meaningless at that point of time, yeah. Okay, after struggling for many years, but it was a old story. But then I find 意思, I find meaningful. I find a way over myself also, my ability, especially moving from construction into developments. And I think some of you from developments, like Atika, more on the planning side, yeah, but I was the other side from the construction. So things become meaningful to me when I joined Teladan. And thanks for the walk all the way in this corporate ladder. I must thank Richards, Mr. Richards. And also, I remembered also a lot of advices given by Dato', the late Dato' Teo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 意思 something very meaningful to me, and some milestone in my life. Okay. 3 keywords, very powerful one in our tagline today that you have seen it: excellence, enrichment, and empowerment. Talking about excellence, I read the quote somewhere, and it says, "Try to be better than who you were yesterday." Try to be better than who you were yesterday. So appreciate no matter how little improvement you and I was yesterday, and have little celebration or just simply pat on your own shoulder. Have more encouragement on ourselves and on yourself also. That is very important, because I think the world now always, especially this moment, full of negative, sometimes bad news, and also criticism also, especially at this, I think, for the past 2-3 years. So we must give ourselves assurance also, because we have survived the past 3 years. No one of us, but I need to mention with a very heavy hearts, we lost our late Dato', during these 3 years of COVID, Okay, so very the words excellence, excellence, to me, enrichment to me, the more experienced you are is what makes you the more enriched you will be. This process of enrichment takes time and requires also purification of our experiences, especially those good experiences. Besides sharing our valuable experiences, also will in a way enrich others among our colleagues and friends. Last one will be the words empowerments. Come with the guidance. We don't just empower by throwing people to the deep end, but we give people guidance. All right, we share. You can only give something you have, and when you give, you provide guidance and show the way and shine light to others also, and sometimes also inspire people if you can. Right. Beyond profitability, what legacy in this company inspires me to be part of making its reality? Number one, besides profitability, with quality, quality in our product, with QLAS 6 scoring more than 78, and future, maybe we can move forward to 80s. So I have a lot of conversation with V3, our audits, our QAQC audits, So okay. Besides this, also timely in process processing the contractor's claim, that was always stressed by Richard, as well as honoring the contractor's payments. I think that's what makes us a very trusted and trustworthy developer also. Last one, providing training and nurturing more project managers at my level. If I can groom more project managers as part of the succession planning for the company and also from our own organization, instead of always looking for sourcing the managers from the external. With that, I thank you. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Francis, for his speech. Next on stage, let's welcome our marketing manager, Miss Christina.
Okay, that's it. Hi. Okay. Sorry, I a little bit nervous because this is my first experience to stand on the stage and give a speech. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Good. Hi. Good evening to Managing Director Richard Teo and Executive Director Francis and our branding consultants Mr. Max. And to my warmest regards to my fellow colleagues. Okay, thank you. It is pleasure to be very pleasure to be here today. Okay, actually, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the new branding in this event. Okay, because before I start, I would like to share the journey of the Teladan Setia logos change. Actually, my first meeting with the Teladan Setia logo started when I joined the company in 2004, many years ago. Okay, I think almost 18 years. I remember the first logo of Teladan Setia was a sign with a house symbol. The second change to Teladan Setia logo was in 2019. I remember when I make this script, I try to check with my phone, but the message still on my phone, 2019. Okay, I still remember then I received a sudden message from Mr. Richard, who asked for logo change. I liaised with the graphic designer on a change of the logo design upon request. The graphic designer came out with some artworks and the final logo from Mr. Richard. But it's get the job done and it seems very easy. But when I went through the current logo change, I realized that and the changing of the logo is not as easy as what we expected. It definitely can't be completed by an individual, whereas it requires the entire team to participate in order to succeed and complete the task. We have to gather the voices, opinions from the management team and employees via the audits, workshop with our brand consultants. It took months to have the new logo issued. Now, let us talk about our new logo. Teladan's logo is the symbol of qualities, empowerment to bring about life transformation from within the world. Our new logo emphasizes an alphabet E. It is derived from Teladan E, and it also represents the three qualities, which are excellence, enrichment, and empowerment. Teladan will continue leading the way and staying ahead as well. In addition, we also focus on movement, which means momentum in forwarding. A process gains momentum. It's involved or happens faster. Why is so important? Because we have to maintain our momentum on every time in order to bring more benefits to the company. The future is on our hands. We believe that the best way to develop our company is to develop our team that is strong and makes it work. We always learn and grow together with the company. As a leader, we must always have a clear vision for that company, providing a quality housing properties that meet the evolving involving needs of our customer to ensure a safe, healthy, and harmonious environments for communities within our developments. Where people can feel home. We don't just build homes, we create lifestyle. I believe that all the staff visions remain the same and you know it well, truly. Understand your roles and responsibilities. Well, 3E relatively describe an excellence and quality project team that creates perfect and unique designs homes, which enable the talented sales team to create an outstanding sales performance. The key to leadership empowerment is to build your team members' confidence, abilities, and lead them in achieving their missions and goals. Such enriched employees will bring the company's performance to a higher level, achieve the annual performance, and create strong returns for the company. In the course of its journey, to be understand, the evolutions and change has primarily operated in groups, not individuals. Teams win and lose. Companies succeed and fail. For this reason, group leadership is critical. Key of leadership is to inspire or motivate team members. Therefore, give them more authority to participate in decision making. Right? Okay. We, Teladan Setia, always provide the healthy and safe working environment, opportunities to the staff to develop their knowledge and expertise, creating a culture of trust, respect, and communication, providing care so the staff will have a dynamic and passionate contribution to the company. Lastly, I would like to say again, the future is truly in our hands. So let's move towards the same direction of our future Teladan. That's all from me, and hope the speech will give some things to take away. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Christina, for her speech. Now is it's time for the last speaker, Cassandra, myself, from HR department. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to talk about our rebranding and our new logo issue. Our logo issue consists of 3 stripes. I like the most is the neon color, leading the way, staying ahead. It reminds us to keep ourselves staying ahead, cannot be left behind. In order to do that, we have to always learn, improve, and innovate, not merely in work, but also in life. Logo issue represents meaning and awareness. Meaning means important, worthwhile quality, and purpose. When we feel sense of belonging significantly, and that sense of belonging is what we care for, is meaningful. Many people assume that they can never find meaning in their work. As to those who find meaning from 9 to 5, they are lucky because they have learned new capabilities and they have stumbled on a mission that makes their heart sing. Awareness means, dear all, we have come to the last agenda of the day. I would like to invite Mr. Richards to the stage again to give the goodie bags to first batch of employees. First one, Francis. Christina. 好吗？Christina. Karen. Karen. Next is Fatima. After Fatima is Pua. Pua. Luis. Amy. Ida. Kihon. Mr. Lee, stand by. Huh? Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. Eunice. 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 Mr. Lee 还上厕所，他上厕所。Sunny, stand by. Sunny. Gila, stand by. Gila. Miss Ong. Cheryl, stand by. Cheryl. Mandy. Miss Lee, stand by. Miss Lee. Ashraf, stand by. Ashraf. Miss Day, stand by. Miss Day. Yan Qing, stand by. 燕青 Faizuddin stand by Faizuddin Ayapra stand by Ayapra Mr. Lee Mr. Lee Mr. Lee Mr. Lee Cass Ika Michelle stand by Michelle Reza stand by Reza Miss Tan stand by Miss Tan Samantha stand by Samantha Fitri stand by Fitri Farah stand by Farah Okay, thank you, Mr. Richard. Now I would like to invite Mr. Francis to the stage and give the goodie bags to another batch of employees. Miss Ng, stand by. Miss Ng. Nurul, stand by. Nurul. Miss Law. Toket, stand by. Toket. Sulihin, stand by. Sulihin. Emma, stand by. Emma. Victor, stand by. Victor. Africa, stand by. Hazel. Ely, stand by. Ely. Yvonne, stand by. Yvonne. Clover, stand by. Clover. Shida, stand by. Shida. Jaslyn, stand by. Jaslyn. Cairo, stand by. Cairo. Valerie. Valerie. Leo, stand by. Leo. Miss Wong, stand by. Miss Wong. Zaino, stand by. Zaino. Nizam, stand by. Arif. Arif. Jenny, stand by. Jenny. Atika, stand by. Atika. Alfred, stand by. Alfred. Kelly, stand by. Kelly, Molly, stand by. Kelly. Molly. Helen, stand by. Helen. Joanna, stand by. Joanna. And the last one, Chongren, stand by. Chongren. Nizam. Nizam. Cairo, stand by. Cairo. Thank you, Mr. Francis.